Hiya crocheters! In this week's video I am showing you how to make this chunky hanging basket by Claire M at Truly Crochet. As ever, I will link the pattern below for those of you who would like to read that. If you can, please add this to your Ravelry projects, as I'd love to share the support and love for wonderful designers who share their patterns for free. To make this, I'm continuing my stash busting mission of 2021, and I will be using this leftover blue macrame yarn from my stash. The pattern suggests a very chunky yarn with a larger crochet hook, but I want to carry on stash busting, and I think this will make a lovely little basket in my home. I'm going to use a crochet hook from my Ultimate Crochet Hook set from HiyaHiya. This is a mix of all our aluminium, acrylic, and our nickel plated hooks are in the back as well. So the full selection there. And for this density yarn, I believe I'm going to go up to a 6mm, which is this lovely emerald colour. All HiyaHiya hooks are easy to notice because they will have HiyaHiya engraved at the end there. The aluminium ones are so smooth and easy to use, and tapered point at the end. Perfect for this project. I will also need some scissors for this project, which today I will be using my HiyaHiya rainbow guitar scissors. These are gorgeous embroidery scissors. They come in 4 different styles: butterfly, art deco leaf, guitar, and unicorn. I have the leaf and guitar in my personal stash at the moment, but as soon as I saw these guitar ones, I fell in love with these. So perfect for all yarn craft, ideal to have in your little accessory case. So there are 2 size options for this basket. Today I will be making the smaller size of the 2. As mentioned before, there will be a link to the full pattern below. So if you wish to check out the medium-sized basket pattern, it will be there for you. To start this, round 1, we are going to start by chaining 4. So I've just done my slip knot like that. I'm going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to join these with a slip stitch to the first chain to form a ring. So you can see I'm just going to pop 1, 2, 3, 4. It will be going in that one, like so. Pop that over there, and then slip stitch, as you know, is just around the top and pull that through both. So I've got my starting ring. So as we're increasing this, we're going to chain 1. That'll give it a bit of space. We are going to do 10 double crochets into this ring and join with a slip stitch at the end. Now you could just do magic ring. I am following this pattern, but I'm sure magic ring will work just the same for you. So for your double crochet, wrapping the yarn around, popping through the center of the ring, pulling 1 loop through, so I've got 3 on there, and then go wrap the yarn over the hook again and pull it through those 2 loops. So I've got 2 loops on the hook, and then 1 more to bring down to 1. It looks a bit messy with this yarn, but it will improve as we go. So again, wrap yarn around, pop through, wrap yarn again and pull that through. So we have got 3 loops on our hook, wrap the yarn around again, pull through 2, so we have 2 left, and again pull through 1, so we have 1 left. So that's 2 double crochets so far. So for the third one, yarn over, through the middle, yarn over again, and pull 3, yarn over, down to 2, yarn over, 2 again. And you can start seeing, like I said, it'll get neater. You should be able to see we've got 3 double crochets very clearly there. So 7 more. So yarn over, through the ring, yarn over, pull 3, again and again, yarn over, through the ring, yarn over, pull it out, yarn over, down to 2, yarn over, down to 1 loop, and again. So yarn over, through the ring, yarn over, out the ring, yarn over, through the first 2 loops, yarn over, the last 2 loops, and you've got 1 on your hook, and again. So yarn over, through the hook, through the loop, yarn over and pull 3, yarn over, down to 2, yarn over, down to 1, and we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yarn over, through the hole, yarn over, through, yarn over, down to 2 loops, yarn over, down to 1, yarn over, through the center, yarn over and out, yarn over, down to 2, yarn over, down to 1. One more time, we are going to go yarn over, through the loop, yarn over, out, yarn over, down to 2 loops, ooh, yarn over, down to 1. And now we've got 1. You can either do it by counting the spokes coming out, or you can do it by counting the loops that are on the edge. You can see like little V's. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that 10th one, we're going to do a slip stitch. So don't have to worry about yarn over, just as is, through that 10th loop, then yarn over, pull your yarn through and pull it straight through like that, and that closes the loop. And there we have the start of our basket base. So round 2, going to chain 1, and this time rather than going through a hole, we're going through the loops. So through these again that I was mentioning before. We're doing 2 double crochets in every one of these around. So I'll show you, yarn over again, and we are going to find those 2 loops and go like that. Then yarn over and through, yarn over, down to 2, yarn over, down to 1. And we're going to do that again in the same stitch as before, which if you're unsure, you can just pull and you will see it might disform it a bit, but you can pull that and you can see where you were. So yarn over, through, pull through, pull through, pull through, and now I've got 2 stitches in that one, and we're going to repeat this around until we have 20 double crochets. Now, if you're new to crochet, I think this is a perfect beginner pattern for you, especially if you opt for chunky yarn, chunky needles. You'll produce something quite big quite quickly. Hopefully this video will help you understand how you can make this. I haven't been crocheting as long as I have been knitting, but I've been practicing a lot in the last 2 years. So if you are interested in some tutorials on basic crochet, let me know and I'll see about doing them in the future. In the meantime though, if you head over to our retailers playlist on our page. I have been saving videos from our retailers' YouTube channels, which are full of tutorials and guides that are way more advanced than me, that I think would really benefit any new people to crochet. A lot of people probably would have heard of them, but if you are new to it, Ophelia Talks, they have a wonderful online community, and Anya has so many gorgeous patterns for free on there. She is one of our retailers and sells these hooks. So please go check out her channel, especially if you're looking for some new patterns and new tutorials on how to perfect your crochet. I know that she has helped me a lot in my development. Crafty Llama, they're a new retailer, and Emily over there has been producing a lot of how-to videos on crochet, knitting, simple patterns you can make with both. So also would suggest go checking her out too. So if you're paying attention and not waffling like me, you would have reached 20 stitches, and you can see a bit clearer here. Each of these V's is a stitch. So I have got 20 there, and once again I am going to do a simple slip stitch into the first stitch. Now, because we did a chain 1 at the start of the round to help form the shape, it sometimes can get confusing where that first stitch is. So you can either use a stitch marker at the start of each round to mark it, or if like me, you can count your stitches back to work out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So that's the one. Pop through both like that. Do a quick slip stitch through both. And that is your second round done. So round 3, once again, we're starting with a chain 1 to add that depth. So we're going this time to increase us from 20 to 30 stitches. And to do that, we are going to pop 2 double crochets in one stitch and then 1 double crochet in the next stitch, and repeat that around. So everyone has different ways of remembering this. I tend to just count in duplicates of 3. So for instance, 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets in the same stitch, and then when I get to 3, or a duplicate of 3, I know to only pop 1 double crochet in that loop. And I'm sure everyone has different ways of remembering, but this is how I tend to do it. And try not to get too distracted as I do, because that's how I miscount my stitches. So this is, I've done 1, 2, 3, so 4, 5, and then the 6th one is going in the next loop. You want to carry this on until you have 30 stitches on this next round, and end it by doing a slip stitch into that first stitch. So I'll be back with you in a second once I've completed that. I've now increased until I've got 30 stitches. I'm just going to pop my slip stitch in the first one to join that round. It's going to start curling at this point to form the basket shape, so that is fine. Now rounds 4 and 5 are to chain 1 and pop 1 double crochet in every stitch around. So we have started with 30 stitches. We are going to end the next 2 rounds still with 30 stitches, and that will form the depth of the basket. So chain 1, and then 1, 3, and through again. 1, through, through again. And want to repeat this all the way around. Do a slip stitch at the end to join, and then do it all again for round 5. You are forming the shape of the basket at this point, so it won't lie flat in your hand. There is no delicate way of doing this. You will be scrunching it up like this. But if you go for a chunkier yarn, it won't really matter. This only feels a bit weird because I've chosen my macrame yarn. But yeah, so just carry on like this for the next 2 rounds, ending with that slip stitch and always starting with the chain 1. And I will be back with you in a second once I have finished round 5. Okay, so after you have done that, you should have something that looks like this. Obviously, depending on the yarn you're using, it might be a bit fluffier. It's almost like a bowl at the moment. So round 6 is where we create that shape, the teardrop shape. And to do that, we are going to start by chaining 1. We're going to pop a single crochet in the next 10 stitches. So for a single crochet, we don't have to worry about yarn over. Just pop needle in, then yarn over and pull through so you've got 2, and then yarn over, pull through so you have 1. And that's a single crochet. So 3, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Pop through the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through the 2 stitches, and again through the stitch, yarn over. Okay, so that's 10. And the next one is to double crochet 2 stitches together. So to do this, like a double crochet, put a yarn over, pop that through the first loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through so you have 2 stitches on your hook. And before finishing that, we are going to yarn over and pop into the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through until we have 3 loops on our hook, and then yarn over one last time and pull those 3 together. Now we're going to repeat this pattern around 4 more times. So that's single crochet into 10 stitches and then double crochet 2 stitches together. And when you get to the end, do not join. This is because you'll be creating the handle for your basket. And I'll be back with you shortly once that is done. Okay, so this is what I'm left with. As you can see, basket. It's got that teardrop opening shape to it. Now I am nervous because I think I'm going to be playing an extreme game of yarn chicken, but I tested it before and this was just enough for this project, so bear with me. So for round 7, to create the handle, we are going to chain 15. Cool. So that is the start of your handle. And then we want to bring that down and slip stitch into the beginning stitch. So sometimes can be tricky to tell, but I can see this chain started down here. So I'm going to slip into that hole. 1, and then a bit fiddly, pull through here. And there you go, 1 handle. And then you need to pop a slip stitch in every stitch around. So like before, pop your hook through, yarn over and pull through both loops. So really simple, yarn over, pull through 2. Pop through, yarn over, pull through. When you've been doing double crochet and single crochet, this, well personally, I find it hard not to go into autopilot to do single crochets at this sort of point, which I think I might have just done, but I'm carrying on. But it happens when you're learning. Heck, even with knitting, sometimes I go into autopilot. Rib pattern might say knit 2, purl 2, and I'll just do 1, 1 or 3, 3, depending on what the latest pattern I've made has. But we learn through our mistakes, so keep making mistakes. It will only improve your work. Just creates a nice little border to the opening of the basket. And then we're back to the start. So we slip stitch there. And now that we're at the handle, we are going to pop a single crochet in each of these 15 chains. So I've got my V on the front and popping, and I am aiming to do the outside loop. So single crochet all of these. So 1, and this just sturdies up and thickens the handle. It can be fiddly, but don't worry, practice makes perfect. I don't know whether it's because I started knitting and I knit in a traditional style, or whether it is how I was shown, but I do not hold my crochet hook and crochet in the traditional way you will see most other people doing it. So most will hold their yarn here, and I'm mesmerized by it. They are just so fluid, just so speedy like this. I can't get my head around it, and it might be the fact that when knitting I throw my yarn and I knit in a traditional way, and I've just translated that across to crochet somehow. I have tried improving this. I have tried switching my method so it is that speedy hold your yarn in your left hand method, but I just confused myself. This is how I've taught myself and I'm sticking with it, because it still produces nice work, but it, in comparison to other crocheters, this does feel slower. So if you're looking at becoming a speedy crocheter, check out one of the channels that we have liked on our page, because there are some brilliant tutorials there and they can probably teach you some better form than what I am doing right now. Right, so I've got to the 15th chain. That is our handle, and we are going to slip stitch into the first stitch again just to finish that off. Oh, we're gonna drop the stitch as we're doing it, because as ever I'm crocheting way too tight. Come on, get through. Way. So I won in yarn chicken, yes. To fasten this off, you're gonna need a long tail, because that's gonna finish off the piece, as it were. So you want about 10 to 12 inches, about a foot. I always do a little bit more in case I make a mistake. So using my lovely scissors, fasten off your yarn, like so. And then this excess tail, we are going to wrap around the bottom of this handle. So there's no fancy way of doing it. If you make a mistake, make it too baggy or make it too tight, you can just unwrap it and make it how you wish. Get under there. Bit of everything. So we've got a nice little knot. And then to secure this, I'm going to take my crochet hook, pop it up through where we've wrapped, and wrap my tail around, pull it through. Pull that nice and tight. And then you can fasten it to one of your stitches. You can weave it in however you choose to finish it. I'm going to be a bit cheeky. Just do a half knot into this stitch and then weave in my ends along the border. Just going to do that for now. Drop that end. Get all my tools out the way. And here is my finished basket. These are a perfect option for creating some stylish storage around your home. Claire mentions in the pattern that these are her favourite way of storing and displaying little plants or succulents. but they can be used for many things. I have already made one of these and gifted it to a friend who is plant crazy, so I am sure she'll be able to put it to good use. This I'm going to pop up in our bathroom on the back of our door, and I will use it to put my reusable face scrubbies in there. Please let me know if you give this pattern a try, but don't forget to head to Claire's Ravelry page to add it to her project. And as ever, please like and subscribe for more updates from the world of HiyaHiyaEurope. I will pop a link below to our wonderful stockists, from whom you can purchase the tools I have used to make this. So until next time, happy crocheting!